He shot a goddess thinking it was an animal. It was a cold afternoon in the village of Omuna. A calm breeze moved gently through the trees, and dry leaves danced with the wind. Kato, a young hunter, stepped out of his small house and looked at the sky. The weather was perfect for hunting. He went back inside, brought out his gun and hunting sack, then headed out. Before entering the forest, he stopped at his friend Tano's house. "Tano! Tano!" he called. Tano came out looking weak and tired. "Come with me for hunting," Kato said, but Tano shook his head. "I am not feeling strong today." Kato nodded. "I hope you get better soon, my friend." Then he continued alone. The forest was unusually calm. Only birds could be heard. Kato walked carefully, searching for any sign of movement. But for a long time, there was nothing. Then suddenly, a squirrel squeaked nearby. Kato turned quickly. The squirrel sat on a branch, biting something between its tiny teeth. Finally, he raised his gun, but immediately the squirrel ran. Instead of climbing a tree, it rushed deeper into the forest. Kato chased after it. He knew the forest well and had no fear. The squirrel disappeared again. Kato paused and listened carefully. Then he heard leaves move. He spotted it again. He aimed, but it ran once more. This time, Kato became determined. "I will not lose you." He chased it deeper and deeper into the thick forest. Then suddenly, the squirrel turned and ran back toward him. Kato stood in confusion. But before he could react, something else appeared. A strange wild animal stood ahead. It looked like a tiger, but not exactly a tiger. Kato had never seen such a creature before. He forgot everything around him and kept staring,
and pointed his gun at it. The animal stopped. Its eyes locked onto him. Kato slowly stepped backward. The creature moved forward, step by step, watching him. Then Kato slipped and fell. At once, the animal charged. It jumped on him. Kato fired his gun, but not before its sharp teeth sank deep into his shoulder. The animal fell dead beside him. Kato screamed in pain. Blood flowed heavily. He removed part of his cloth and pressed it against the wound, but the bleeding refused to stop. Still determined not to waste his kill, he dragged the heavy animal with one hand and tried walking back. But the forest was far. His strength faded quickly. He became weak. Then finally, he collapsed. Darkness took over. From within unconsciousness, he heard a voice. A soft, melodious voice singing. A voice unlike anything he had ever heard. After some minutes, Kato slowly opened his eyes. He touched his shoulder. The wound was gone. No blood, no scar, nothing. He stood up in confusion. The voice was still singing. Slowly, he followed it. Carefully, quietly. He hid behind branches until he saw her. A young girl sat alone beside the stream. Her beauty matched the sweetness of her voice. Her eyes sparkled like morning light on water. Kato forgot everything around him. He kept staring. Then suddenly, the branch he held broke. The sound startled her. She turned, saw him, and immediately ran. "Wait!" Kato shouted, but she ran faster, into the forest, then vanished, as if she had disappeared into thin air. Kato stood there in shock. After a while, he returned, lifted the dead animal onto his shoulder, picked up his gun, and headed back. When he arrived, the villagers gathered around him in celebration. Nobody had seen such a large animal before. Tano came forward to congratulate him, but Kato quickly pulled him aside. "I almost died today," Kato said quietly. Tano frowned. "What happened?" "That animal bit my shoulder deeply. I was bleeding badly." Tano looked at him. "But your shoulder is fine." "That is what I cannot explain. While I was unconscious, I heard a girl singing. When I woke up, I was healed." Tano stared at him. "A girl?" Kato nodded. "She was by the river, beautiful and mysterious.
Did you bring her? She ran away before I could speak to her. Tano became thoughtful, then smiled. We return tomorrow. That night, Kato could not sleep. Questions filled his mind. Who was she? Why was she alone in the forest? Was she human? A spirit? A river maiden? And how did her voice heal him? He stared into the darkness, waiting for morning.